Are you someone that wants to start riding a motorcycle but don't know what motorcycle to start with? I got just what you need so you don't end up as a squid with a Gixxer 1000 as your first bike. No hate to all the Honda Gram or Honda Navi owners, but we're gonna ignore those bikes for now. We're not gonna talk about mini bikes. We're gonna talk about actual sport looking bikes that are good for beginners. First on the list is gonna be the CBR 300R. Honda, with its reliability, will always be top of my list, and this bike comes around $4,900, which is again not the best price, but also not the highest price for its reliability. And this bike also comes with 286cc single cylinder engine, which is very forgiving when you're giving it throttle, so you're not gonna have that whiskey throttle and end up in a ditch. This bike also comes with a 30.7-inch seat height, and it's a very light curb weight of around 350, 357, give or take. So it's very maneuverable for someone that's beginning. It's very lightweight. It is also very, very forgiving again when you are giving it some throttle. And I think this is perfect for someone looking for their first bike as a beginner and wants to start their journey, but also wants that cool look of a sporty motorcycle. Next up on the list, and this one might not surprise you, but it's the Ninja 400 or the Ninja 500. Now with the Ninja 500, we're jumping up in the price a little bit. We're about $5,400 now in the USA, and this bike comes in at around 379 pounds to around 381 pounds wet weight. This bike also comes in a parallel twin, so it is not a single twin anymore, and it comes in at 451 cc's. Although this bike is only 451 cc's and it is still forgiving and up for beginners, please do not underestimate the power of 451 cc's. This bike can definitely throw you off and again end you up in a ditch, and everybody's gonna make fun of you for being a squid. Now whether you're a fan of Honda or Kawasaki, I'll leave that up to you to decide, but again, both of these companies make the 500cc bike category, and again also the 650, which is the bike that I started on and the one next on our list. I probably don't have to say this anymore, but CBR 650R is our third in the list. Again, this is the first bike I started on, or I don't know, I just liked you guys. I started on the Ninja 650, and you will not convince me that the Ninja 650 and the CBR 650 are the same bike. Just because they have the name 650 or the number 650 in the name doesn't mean that they're the same bike. The CBR 650 is a different beast. The Ninja 650 is a commuter bike with a sportier look, I guess. Now, I don't want this video to be a hate video on the Ninja 650, but I started on that bike and I got bored from it within like 1 to 2 months. That bike was nothing special. It did not get my adrenaline going. It was just nothing. It was a very good commuter bike, very comfortable. I give it that comfort as top tier, at least for, again, a sportier looking bike. But if I would put my money on one bike, it would be the CBR 650R, and Honda did it first. So now companies like Yamaha following, track with the R9. I know that bike has more power, but still with that style of comfort and sporty, and also Ducati with the V2. So again, I want to say Honda did it first. So moving on to some features about the CBR 650R, that bike has about 95 horsepower, and it weighs around 460 wet weight. Again, 460 pounds wet weight. I'll say this, the bike is heavy. It does not feel heavy when you're riding it, normally, but if you're trying to pick up that bike in second gear and pop a wheelie, it is going to be very difficult. That bike is built, and the ergonomics and everything is built to stay on two wheels, which could be a very good thing for a lot of people. So if wheelies is something that you want to do and stunts is something that you want to do, stay away from the CBR 650R. It is possible to do, but it's very difficult. One neat feature about the new CBR 650Rs is the new e-clutch system. What the new e-clutch lets you do, and you can search this on YouTube, but basically you do not need to touch your clutch at all when you are riding the bike. You do need to shift up and shift down with your left foot, but again, you do not need to touch the clutch lever. If you are going to a red light and you're about to go to a full stop, you can be in first gear. You do not need to hold the clutch, just stop. Now, I know it's a neat feature, but it is a very dangerous feature at the same time. If you ride with a group of friends, I don't know if you've seen that one clip of buddies messing with each other at a red light, and one of them was on a CBR 650R. His friend hit his throttle, thinking that he's gonna rev it, but his bike just started going, and that's what e-clutch basically is. You'll be on first gear at a standstill, and his friend just literally hit the throttle, not knowing it, and basically threw him off the bike. So be careful with e-clutch, but again, in stop and go traffic, it is my favorite thing. It saves you a lot of time, it saves you a lot of trouble. You can turn it off from the setting. Unfortunately, you have to turn it off every single time you turn on the bike from the setting, or you can just, you know, ride your bike normally, use your clutch, and it will override the e-clutch basically. Now, I know I started on the Ninja 650 myself, but I would say that even if I started on the CBR 650R, it is very manageable. Again, it's forgiving, but I don't want people to think that this bike does not have the power. This bike can totally throw you off of it. So if you do decide to get this bike, just like me, even though it wasn't my first bike, it was literally my second bike after like 2 months maybe, it is still a powerful bike, so please be careful. Be of age, have your endorsement, take your MSF course, that is very, very important. And also wear your gear all the time. Do not be a squid. So yeah, I know this was a short video, but I want to just give you guys my recommendations of what I think makes a good beginner bike. Again, don't take everything I say as the final decision maker for you. Watch a lot of videos on any bike that you're trying to get. I watched plenty of videos on the Ninja 650 when I bought it, and also the CBR 650 when I bought it. The one thing I recommend you do is try searching for like common problems on the bike that you're looking to get to, because if you search for like reviews or just the name of the bike in YouTube, it will give you some good reviews and people that are actually enjoying it. You won't see the negative side of a motorcycle. Up until I got my CBR 650R, that's when I started seeing negative things about the Ninja 650. And again, not to hate on that bike, but it is like ultimately no fun. That bike is for you to commute from home to work to home, and that's about it, and have that sporty look. That's less than what I wanted. It may be what you want, so again, I'll still leave that bike on the table as well. If commuting is what you want and comfort is what you want, please go sit on any bike that you're looking into getting before buying it, because that makes a whole lot of difference too. Now, to plug some of the things that are happening on the channel, we hit 10,000 subscribers hopefully by the time I post this video. And also, I just want to let you guys know that I do stream every single day, unless it's raining, unless it's storming. So if you are new to this channel, make sure that you are subscribed, and also check my live streams. We do motorcycle riding streams, chill streams. We have some planned things sometimes. So yeah, we go to bike meets, all that crazy stuff. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and I'll see you guys on the next video, next short, or next live stream. Peace.
Like the same thing, and she heard like my bike stall, so she was telling everybody, once you park inside the green box after completing the skill, whatever the skill test was, you have passed. So if you stall or anything happens after that, it doesn't count against you. Okay?